Jeff and Phoenix back with another one. OG from the Hoovers says that he had Milk change his name. He says that he spared him. He also says that Milk is no longer from there. He says that Milk is has made money. He's went on and done well for himself in the YouTube space, and he doesn't contribute anything to the neighborhood. He's never around, and he seems to have some ill will towards Milk74. He says he basically, had Milk change his name and take the 7-4 out of his name, and now that's why he's just Milk. So Milk gets word of it, and he responds. So I kind of agree with Milk on this one. Just because he went on and had some success in YouTube, that doesn't. He's not entitled to give back to anybody. If he does, he does. If he doesn't, he doesn't. It's kind of on him. If it was me, I probably would do something for some people in the area, the section. But I'm sure Milk has, and I'm sure that if you reach out to him, if people from his section reach out to him the right way, I'm sure he'd have no problem, extending a hand to anyone in the section that reached out to him with the right demeanor and the right approach. But is he entitled to do anything and give any money to anyone just because he's able to earn a living in the YouTube space? Nah, I don't think he is. And I don't think it affects his section. I think he's really from there. In fact, we know he's really from the section. And he got away from there. And there's nothing wrong with, living in a better area and trying to better yourself. I don't see nothing wrong with that. The older you get, you don't hang out on the block like you used to. So I kind of agree with Milk on this one. So I'll let you guys go ahead and enjoy this clip. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one.
What's the deal? Y'all already know how it's gonna go. It's that time for another reaction video. So I was just made aware by a subscriber that OG Gumby spoke on me on No Jumper. So we gonna go. Let's log in and see what's the script. Come on.
Milk74.
What about him?
He not from our gang.
What?
Not from our gang.
Huh?
Tell him why you ain't coming to the set, nigga.
Why?
Tell him.
Now I find this funny that this is the same individual that was just complaining when he confronted Adam 22 about covering gang politics on his podcast and his platform. So why would you do the same thing? Why would you go on there and then try to talk about some gang politics on his platform? I don't understand it.
I don't want to be over here. No. Why? Not by choice, you fuck. Not by choice. I spared you because the homie Nunn called me and said, Groovy.
What did he do?
I don't know nothing about none of you sparing me or nothing like that, but I know that this isn't your first time speaking on me in this type of way. You did the same thing back on Fig back in the day.
Mad about in the first place.
Originally, some older homies that was getting out of prison, they wanted to get in touch with him, and he was shunning us. Like, he's not from our community, and I know why.
But he grew up in the community, right?
But he's not even from my community. I mean, he's from my region, but he's not from my neck of the woods. He's not from the section I grew up in. So how does he feel entitled to, like, have anything to say or like, he feel like he can have some type of control over me or something? This is wild.
What does that mean?
I mean,
Grew up.
He grew up and identified as a Hoover throughout his whole childhood, teenage years, right? Like, I mean,
There's stages to this shit.
Right.
You can drop the ball at any minute. I'm 50. I could be considered a buster tomorrow if I drop the ball. If I don't bust down when I'm supposed to bust down, I'm considered, all that shit don't mean nothing. So as a kid, the fuck that shit mean? Nothing. It's niggas out here dying every day. Where you at? You ain't putting no money in the basket for niggas to get buried. Damn sure ain't putting in no work.
What is he talking about? Like, work, putting in, What?
Our community again.
Okay, but people are going to hear this and they're going to say that you're basically saying anybody who goes on to become successful in
He's
any
not-
way, which is, he probably makes like what, maybe like $5,000 a month off YouTube. Maybe he makes 10.
Nigga make more than that selling drugs. That ain't what
I'm
we
just
talking
saying,
about.
it's not like he's like filthy rich.
It's a difference between being famous. See, if you're famous,
Right.
you really have an obligation because see, you're being famous. That means influencing people, right?
I mean, Milk is like YouTube famous.
So wait, if I'm famous, I got an obligation because I influence people. But what about you? You obligated to influence people, right? How am I obligated to? What does me being a famous individual on YouTube got to do with what you talking about right now? It got me confused.
In this
Okay,
sort
but
of
what
like
about in our
LA
community?
gang
In our community,
Yeah.
he don't got to be no gangbanger no more.
Right.
Like I just told you, when I told you I agreed to come on your show, I say, man, why don't y'all come put a podcast studio up over there in Manchester Park so my little homies and little sisters and brothers can learn how to do this shit. Remember that? I told you that on the phone.
Yeah.
Okay, so why he ain't done it? Because he can't.
Why you ain't done nothing? What have you done at Manchester Park? What have you done for them kids? You got millions, right? You want a lawsuit for homie? You don't tell me what I do with my money or when do I do it and what I'm supposed to do. You don't know what situation I'm in, fool. But you want a lawsuit for millions of dollars. And I haven't seen you do nothing.
Why can't you come back?
Bet you want to know, huh?
Well, it'd be some pretty good content, sure. Yeah.
Next question.
It's crazy that he's even on the internet trying to discuss gang politics. Something I'm not about to do about my community. I'm not about to be on here having it looking like a circus show. That's not what I'm doing, bro. But you can't make me change nothing. You can't make me take nothing out my name. Realistically, how you gonna make me do anything? That's all I want to know. Bro, you are 50 years old. Why are you worried about me and what I got going on? Stop pocket watching me. See, that's the thing. You think I'm on YouTube, you think I'm rich, and you think you're going to be getting some of the shit or something. No, that's not how it's going to go. That's not how it's going to work. If that was the case, bro, no. But I'm going to tell you, since you want to be on the internet talking about gang politics and you speaking about stuff like that, what you shouldn't be doing because you are an active gang member. I don't understand. What are you trying to do? Bring a RICO? But look, here's what I tell you. Won't you try to get a job at No Jumper? That's what you should do. Since you want to talk about this type of stuff on the internet, because that's what they do. You'll fit right in. But it's just unfortunate in LA, if you make it up out the trenches and become successful, famous, an influencer, anything like that, if you get the money and you ain't on social media, you will be hated on by somebody in your community, somebody that was close to you, somebody in the city, period. Somebody is going to hate on you in your community. The whole plan when you coming up in the trenches is to make it up out of there. But in LA, when you make it up out of there, it's going to be somebody either from that community, somebody that you know in that city. It's going to be somebody that was around you that's going to be the one hating. And that's crazy. I just don't understand it. Like, you should be congratulating, not hating, trying to tear somebody down. It's just weird. I don't get it, but it is what it is. I mean, it happens all day in LA. And it's just unfortunate. That's why you got to move a certain type of way. But it is what it is. I'm up out of here. I'll see y'all at the next video.
You